Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as part of this series we are solving SQL 50 questions, right? So in part 1 of this placement prep series we have solved first 5 questions, right? Now we are moving to the next part which is related to basic joins. Okay, so before solving the problems for joins, let's first understand what is join. Okay, so a join clause in SQL is used to combine rows from different tables based on one related column. Okay, so here let's understand about the different types of join. Okay, so we have joins like left join, right join, then inner join, then outer join, then there is one more join called cross join. Okay, so now let's understand about them. Okay, so first, what is exclusive left join? Okay, so exclusive left join, we are going to get the all the data from table A. Okay, and we are going to leave the common data between tables A and B. Okay, so we are going to leave this part. Okay, and what is inclusive left join? A. So in this we are going to get the complete data from A. Okay, complete data from table A. Okay, so now you can see the queries. Select star from A, left join B on A dot key is equal to B dot key, where B dot key is null. Okay, so we are leaving the common part between them. Here I am not using where B dot key is null. Okay, I am not using that. So here I am getting all the data from table A. Okay, this is nothing but my left join. But is my right join. Okay, so a right join in which I am going to get the complete data from my table B. Okay, now if it is exclusive, then I am going to leave the common part between table A and B. Okay, if it is inclusive, then I am going to get the complete data. Okay, so that is why I am writing here condition select star from A, right join B on A dot key is equal to B dot key, where B dot key is null. Okay, so I am leaving the common part. So this is nothing but my exclusive right join. Okay, now let's discuss about inner join and what is full outer join. Okay, so inner join, see, we are just taking the common part between two tables. Okay, A and B. Okay, so select star from A, inner join B on A dot key is equal to B dot key. What is exclusive full join? So in exclusive full join we are going to get the complete data and we are going to just leave this part common data between A and B. Okay, so here how I'm writing select star from A full join B on A dot key is equal to B dot key. Okay, and here I'm writing two conditions where B dot key is null or A dot key is null. Okay, so here this is nothing but my common part. Okay, so here full join, so select star from A full join B on A dot key is equal to B dot key. Okay, so here one more thing, if I don't use this join inner keyword here, then by default it is going to be inner join only. Okay, so if by default my join is going to be inner only. Okay, so for other joins I have to specify this word left, right. Here I am specifying full. Okay, but if I don't specify inner here, then by default it is going to be inner only. Okay, so okay, so now let's understand about cross join. Okay, so in cross join, let's say there are two tables, one is car underscore model and one is the color name of that particular car. Okay, so here see, this I am joining it with black. Okay, then I am also joining this Camry with red color. Okay, then I am also joining this Camry with silver color. Okay, this with black, this with red, this with silver. Okay, this with black, this with red, and then this one with silver. Okay, so this is what we are doing, right? So in cross join, each row from first table join with all the rows of another table. If first table contains x rows and y rows in the second one, the result set will be x into y rows. Okay, right? So now let's solve first two questions. Okay, 1378, replace employee ID with the unique identifier. Okay, so in this problem there is one table employees. Okay, and there are two columns, ID, data type is int, name, data type is varchar. Okay, so ID is the primary key, column name with unique values for this table, and each row of this table contains the ID and the name of an employee in the company. Okay, and there is one more table, employee U and I. Okay, so again two columns are there, ID data type is int, unique ID data type is int. Okay, so ID unique ID is the primary key, combination of columns with unique values for this table, and each row of this table contains the ID and the corresponding unique ID of the employee in the company. Okay, so we have to write a solution to show the unique ID of each user. If a user doesn't have a unique ID, replace just show null. Okay, so we have to return the result in any order. Okay, so see this example one. So employees table, so this is the data given in my employees table, and then there is one employees UNI table. Okay, and this is the data given to us. Okay, so now we have to return our output. In output we are returning what? Unique ID and name. Okay, so see here, 1 and 1 is not there in my employee UNI table. Okay, so here I am just returning null and writing the name as Alice. Okay, now 7 ID is in my employee UNI table. No, it is not there. So for Bob I am just simply going to return null. Okay, 90, so 90 is there in my employee UNI table. Okay, so for Winston I am just going to return 3. Okay, so for Winston I am returning 3. Okay, then 3 for this 3, this 3 is there in my employee UNI table, and for Jonathan I am just going to write 1. Okay, so for Jonathan I am just going to return 1. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. Okay, so Alice and Bob do not have a unique ID. We will show null instead. So the unique ID of Mir is 2, right? So Mir ID both are matching. So what is the unique ID here? 2 for Mir. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Now let's write the code for this one. So we are returning what? We are returning unique ID. Okay, so here I am going to write select unique underscore ID, and we are returning what? After that we are returning name. Okay, and name is coming from which table? Name is coming from employees table. Okay, so here I am going to use e dot name, and unique ID is coming for employee UNI table. Okay, so here I am going to use EUNI. Okay, this is done. Then after that, from which table? So from employees table. Okay, so from here I am going to write employees and E, and then I am going to use left join. Why I am doing left join? Because see here in my left join, see this condition. In my left join I want all data from my table A, all the data from table A. So here see Alice, Bob, Mir, Winston, Jonathan. Alice, Bob, Mir, Winston, Jonathan. Okay, I need all these values. Okay, from my first table. Okay, so here I am going to use left join. Okay, then after that my second table is employees UNI. Okay, so here I am going to write employees UNI, and here I am just going to write EUNI. Okay, on this ID column. So ID column from which one? ID column from both these. Okay, so here I am just going to write EUNI dot ID is equal to E dot ID. That's it. Okay, that's it. So now let's run it. So see, our test case is accepted. Now let's submit the code. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So this is nothing but my left join. Okay, so I am getting all the data from my table A, and if here if that particular value is not there, then I am simply returning null. Okay, so see in my output I am simply returning null. But if I use this one exclusive left join, then I have to specify this b dot key is null. Okay, b dot key is null. That simply means that I don't need this part. Okay, this common part. Okay, so here table B is nothing but my employee UNI. Okay, so here I am specifying employee UNI dot ID is null. Okay, so here let's see if I use that, then what will happen. Okay, where EUNI dot ID. Okay, so here from second table, okay, from second table dot ID is null. Okay, so if I am writing this, then what will happen. So see, here I am just getting the null values, right? If I am writing EUNI dot ID is null. Okay, so here I am only getting the data from employees, okay, which are not in employees UNI. Okay, so this is what we are doing, right? So I am not getting the common data. I am not getting the common data right now. I am just getting the data which is not there in B. So in my B table B, okay, employees is my table A, employees UNI is table B. Okay, so in employees A table, Eliza and Bob are there, but these IDs are not there, right? 3, 11, 90 are there. 3, 90, 11 are there. 1 and 7 are not there, right? So I am just picking 1 and 7. Okay, so that simply means exclusive left join. Okay, not B. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear. But in this condition we just need to use this. Okay, left inclusive join is we are using, right? We are using this inclusive left join A. Okay, all the values from table A. So that's it. Okay, so now let's move to the question number 2. Okay, product sales analysis. So this is Leetcode problem number 1068, product sales analysis 1. Okay, so here in table sales, column name and type. Okay, so total 5 columns are there. Sale underscore ID type as int, product ID type as int, year type as int, quantity type as int, and price data type as int. Okay, and sale ID and year is the primary key, combination of columns with the unique values of this table, right? That's simple meaning of primary key. And product ID is a foreign key, reference column to a product table. Okay, so each row of this table shows a sale on the product ID in a certain year. Now note that the price is per unit. Okay, so this is table product, column name and type, total 2 columns are there, product ID type as int and product name type as varchar. Product ID is the primary key and each row of this table indicates the product name of each product. Okay, now we have to write a solution to report the product name, year and price for each sale ID in the sales table. Okay, so see this example number 1. So this is my sales table. So in sales table, columns are sale ID, product ID, year, quantity, price, and in my product table, columns are product ID and product name. So in my output I am returning product name, which is coming from product table, and I am also returning year and price, and year and price are coming from sales table, right? And what is the common column between them, between my sales and product table? It's nothing but product ID. Okay, so my product ID is nothing but my foreign key. Okay, so product ID is the foreign key, reference column to the product table. Okay, so now let's write the code. So we are going to select, but product name is coming from product table. So here I'm going to write p dot product underscore name. Then year and price are coming from sales table. So here I'm going to write s dot year and s dot price. Okay, now from which table? Okay, so here see, I am just getting the data here like Nokia, and then Apple. Okay, so 100, 200. So I am matching the product IDs here. 100, this 100 is here, this 100 is here, then 200, 200 is here, and 200 is here, right? So I am turning the data like this. Okay, so now what I am going to do here from, so let me draw this how it is going to work. So let me draw this. So product ID. Okay, so table A, in table A product ID we have 100, 100, 200. Okay, so table A, and we have values like this 100, 100 and 200. Okay, these are the values in my sales table, table number A. And in my table number 2, values are 100, 200, 300. 100, 200 and 300. Okay, so now let's say these two are tables. Okay, so 100, 200 and 300. Okay, so here 300 is a unique value. Okay, so I am putting 300 here, and other values 100 and 200 I am just putting it inside. Okay, because these are the common values. So I am just returning the values for 100 and 200. Now 300 is here in product table, but this 300 is not here in my this. Okay, so I am only returning for 100 and 200. See in my output. Okay, so Nokia, Apple, I am not returning anything to Samsung. Okay, so see here, product ID 100, name is Nokia. Okay, so for Nokia I go here 2008 and 5000. Okay, this is what I am returning. 100 Nokia, 2009 and 5000. Okay, 200 Apple, Apple 2011, then 9000. Okay, Apple 2000, 9000. Okay, so I am just going to consider this part na, inner join. Okay, so here I am just going to use inner join. So from which table? From sales S, inner join I'm going to use. Okay, inner join product P on which column? P dot product ID is equal to S dot product ID. Okay, that's it. Now let's run the code. So see, our solution is accepted, right? Now instead of this inner keyword, if I just join, just remove this part, now this will work. Yes, this will work, because by default this is going to be my inner join. Okay, so now let's run it. Okay, so now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So here if you just write inner, then also it's fine. If you don't write inner, then also it's fine. Okay, so I hope that you guys are able to understand these problems, these two problems. So in the next video I am going to solve the remaining problems in a one go. Okay, so meet you guys in the next video, and don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye bye.